Parental guidance warning. This episode discusses generational trauma, incarceration, poverty, family, separation, abuse, and systematic oppression. Listener discretion is advised. If at any point you need to pause, please do so. Resources will be shared at the end of the video. Thank you, and enjoy the show.
Come on. I see no changes. Wake up in the morning and I ask myself, it's like worth living, should I blast myself? I'm tired of being poor and even worse, I'm black. My stomach hurts, so I'm looking for.
Happy New Year and welcome back to Alike's Cozy Escape, the place where we sit with truth, not to shame it, but to understand it. Tonight's episode hits different, but it also is sacred. We're talking about something that we all argue about, but never quite understand. Tonight, I'm bringing you, my cozy co-host, Zoe. Say hi, Zoe.
Hello.
We got a newcomer here, and he call himself the AB, Angry Black Man. And he just spitting wisdom for some years now. Say hi, Tony.
Hello.
Okay, tonight we getting deep. We're talking about the collapse of the black family. Now I know everybody want to always blame men and they blame women and they say women is too independent. That's what collapsed the family. But in reality, and I don't want nobody to be defensive tonight, the black family didn't collapse overnight. It was engineered, legislated, economically starved, and psychologically fractured. And if we don't name the system, we'll keep blaming each other for the damage we did not design. Now, I'm going to talk to the newcomer here, Tony, because he has more years on this earth than we all do. What do you think was the collapse of the black family?
Oh, you said it earlier, capitalism. When we were economically depressed, we banded together. We were a community. You could borrow a cup of sugar, borrow a cup of flour.
Have a
Kids
whole meal.
Nobody went hungry. We looked out for one another. The more when we started escalating economically, when the job market changed and we started becoming middle class, everything changed. We weren't a community anymore. You look in the neighborhood, nobody knows their neighbor.
Facts.
Can't borrow. You would knock on somebody's door and say, "Can I borrow a cup of sugar?"
Not now, no.
Or let me chastise your child for doing something wrong in the street. Can't do that no more. We don't look out. We don't care for one another. We care for not one another. We care for each our individual needs. There's no community.
So you saying the collapse of the black family came from not being community centered no more. We're no longer on survival mode, so therefore we don't need the village of the family.
We don't need a village because we can survive on our own. So we think, but we can't.
We still need a village.
But we do need a village. Now, me personally, I know the community is one of the reasons why, it's the collapse of the black family. But we can't talk about a community without talking about certain things that were set in place to keep us at a disadvantage. Like, historically keep us at a disadvantage. And I would say stuff like redlining, mass incarceration, poverty, the educational gap, wage gap. All these things are systematically put in place to keep black people at a disadvantage. And with all that kind of stress, it really takes a toll on the black family. The welfare policies where they told women that you can't have a man in your home unless you can't get benefits if it's a man in your home. So you had to.
Before y'all time.
Right.
Most of the people that's listening to this, what's the podcast, don't know nothing about that.
That's why
you talking to a generation that has no idea where it came from or what it was before. So
this is why you're here, so you can educate us.
young people in this
Because you have years on this planet
you see things that
we didn't see.
people in our
Generation haven't seen.
I mean, we seen some of it because we the 70s babies. You feel what I'm
But
saying?
you know what redlining has done to the African American family
Exactly.
because you experience it not being able to get a home where home ownership is a way to get generational wealth.
Right.
So at that time where they made, whether your credit was good, you had excellent job, you had good income, they refused to give you a home loan in certain areas because they didn't want you to get that equity or that home ownership so you could pass it down from generation to generation. Whereas white people got a chance to buy up homes and be able to pass it down from family to family.
See, I have a problem with that because white people are in charge. They own everything. They're supposed to get what you can't get, and you settle for that. But when I grew up in a neighborhood where black people own their homes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
all you guys were middle class. That's what
I grew up in West Philly, Southwest Philly,
born and raised,
and all my friends owned their home. Their parents owned their home. My parents owned their home. So when they talk about this, with the redlining and not being able to get loan, yeah, it happened to black people, but that was geographical. I spoke to y'all before about when Martin Luther King was. And everybody looking on TV where they were fire hosing and put the dogs on black folks. Didn't have them up north.
So you said basically
the northern Negroes looked at it on TV and was like, "Well, we were conditioned, but that ain't happening to us." So what you're talking about didn't happen to the northern Negro. They bought homes. They got jobs. They were postmen and trashmen and driving buses. Down south, you couldn't get that.
So that's environmental.
So you're saying, you're saying
it came to a point where we are always the underdog. They are in charge. You're always subject to what they decide you can have.
Right.
The American Negro has always settled. I've been on here for 7 decades.
The gatekeepers.
And they throw you a bone and you settle. They throw you a bone and you settle. Education ain't. I say this. Education ain't shit now. Okay. In my time, the American Negro wanted to be educated because he couldn't play football, couldn't play basketball, couldn't play baseball. That was a white people's sport. So we chose education. We were movers and shakers and innovators. And as when they woke up, oh, wait a minute. They do. We put the first man in space. First man. They don't want to acknowledge that, but we did that. We did that. Stoplight, traffic light, all kind of things that make them comfortable. We created blood plasma. The man that created it died because he couldn't get it because he was a Negro. We did the first organ transplant. We did that. And white people, oh, wait a minute. We stopped letting these niggas entertain. They're getting educated. So we throw sports. We let them do this. We let them do that. And this is where we are.
So you're saying basically, systematically, they decided to make us what you call
we're
entertainers.
Entertainers.
And that's what I was going to say. So you saying they made us gestures so we wouldn't be educated.
No, we're not.
So because more education we acquired, we became movers and shakers.
At my young age,
you make power moves.
My generation was the doctors,
right,
and the lawyers, and the professionals, the movers and shakers. After that, when you became a football, basketball entertainer, You became property again. I don't want to be a doctor. I don't want to do that. I want this.
Did you think it's because the
The
money
last 50 years, the greatest thing that the African American has contributed to America is hip hop. In 50 years, the only thing that African Americans can say that we contributed, well, we hip hop music. We did that. We did that.
Y'all did it. They did.
We no longer organ. We no longer putting people in space. We are the hip hop. We did that. Big bop, boom bam, boom bam. We're famous in 50 years. What are niggas known for? Hip hop music. We're not a contribution. Hip hop in 50 years. I'm 70. And I feel some type of way that my people in 50 years, only thing we got to say, well, we made hip hop music. The fuck is that? I'm sorry.
It's accomplishment. It's not.
So what you're saying is that those are the contributing factors that collapsed the black family. Because when you were younger, we were movers and shakers. We had a village. We had community.
We cared about each other.
If
your
they
child was
ushered
out
in
the street doing something wrong, your next door neighbor could chastise her. And then you would get that information when you came home because they said we didn't work.
Right, but you did.
So when you came home from work, Miss Jessie, next door, your son was out here cursing. Your daughter was out here doing some fresh shit. I slapped her. Somebody slapped somebody's child now. They be shot.
Yeah.
They be shot.
Yeah.
For doing the right thing.
Or drugs.
Whatever happened to when I was young, at 9 o'clock on TV and radio. Hey, it's 9 o'clock. Do you know where your children are? That was broadcasted over the airways.
They knew where the kids was at, though.
Who gives a fuck where their kids are now? I'm sorry. Who gives a fuck where their kids are now at 9 o'clock? It's still against the law for underage to be out on the street. I just watched not too long ago with what? A child, a juvenile, beat an old man to death at 4 o'clock in the morning.
They were 10.
Where was her mother?
It was
At my time, that wouldn't have happened.
The 10-year-old was the one filming. He didn't do it.
So the African American community, we fell apart. It ain't no African American community, ain't no black community. It's black people that live in the same area because they don't give a damn about each other. Not what I consider that.
Right.
They don't. Right. It's just a bunch of black people in the area.
Those get ridiculed, or they get dragged for that, for caring. Why you minding my business? Don't hit my son. And then you wonder why half of these
when I was a teenager, every black woman in the neighborhood, if you was walking down the street cursing, smoking a cigarette, doing anything inappropriate, you got slapped 12 times before you got home. And there were 12 phone calls telling your mother why I slapped him. He was smoking, he was cursing, he was disrespectful. Yeah. All these motherfuckers, excuse me, these young kids now, at my age, if I was younger, if I had my youth, I'd take a ball peen hammer and fuck them up. These disrespectful young people, young men. They ain't young men. They bitch ass niggas. And guess who did it? Y'all did it. Because you weren't satisfied with the way you came up. And first of all, you ain't supposed to be having kids without a goddamn man. It's supposed to be 2, not 1.
So you saying once the man left the home and women took over, that was the beginning of the collapse of the black family?
Yes. Yes. And don't blame it on incarceration.
I
blame it on
second that emotion. Growing up the way we grew up, you feel what I'm saying? We had, like, most women, like I told my husband this, we lived in a brothel. You feel what I'm saying? And those women were movers and shakers. Society might not agree with what they did, but they made sure I ate. They made sure I was clothed. They took care of me. You understand what I'm saying? Like moms are supposed to. They just did what they did. You feel what I'm saying? But they actually took care of me.
It's whole social,
A lot of people wouldn't consider that as an environment for a child. You understand what I'm saying? But you have to do what you have to do as parents sometimes, and sometimes your living situations don't be the way society think they're supposed to be. But society is not the one reaching in to help these people get out of that situation. They actually getting themselves out of the situation. So with that being said, I kind of agree with him when young women don't want to, especially when we were growing up. You know, we had a lot of teenage pregnancies up in our school. We walked down the street, and I mean, we go to school. These girls walking into school pregnant as I ain't gonna whoop my son because I didn't like getting a whooping when I was young. So now Jesse running all around the corner, cussing and telling people what they could do, and you don't you put your hands on my son with Miss Mary ready to knock his head off. Because Miss Mary come from an era where Jesse ain't supposed to be talking to me like that. But then I have to get into it with you because you coming running around here just as hype as your ignorant ass son. So I kind of understand where
I understand
came from
what
with the
what
weakness.
Anthony is saying,
I understand,
but I also want to say, yes, we have internal reasons why the collapse of the black family has happened.
Right.
Far as raising YNs and bitch ass niggas, we crippling our kids.
Yes.
Okay, but you can't. But you can't overlook. Yeah, the single female, they made it so the single female could be in the house.
Right. And ruin these men.
Legislative.
So they're not going to overthrow them.
Exactly. They made it so.
It is what it is.
Women became the leaders of the home. Mm-hmm. They made women believe that they can do a man's role. Mm-hmm. And that was systematically engineered. Mm-hmm. Because they, like you said, but how every strong man is a woman, but you need that strong man. Right. And if the man was in the home, like Anthony said, when they was younger, it was two. It was the father and the mother and the kids. The father led, the mother made, the mom produced what the father brought home. Right. Okay, they realized we were stronger when we were separated from capitalism. When we started integrating, this is what I'm just trying to, summarize what Tony is saying. Mm-hmm. When we started integrating and capitalism became a thing, we started dividing the family. Mm-hmm. Meaning, father was no longer in the home. Either was going to the war, drugs, incarceration, or whatever. Mom couldn't be in the home, just struggling, so she either made the government become the daddy, or she got a job and she left her kids to their own devices. Right. Okay, then our generation started having kids. We didn't like the behind whoopings and the ass whoopings that our parents and the morals and stuff that our parents instilled in us. Oh, I ain't gonna do that to my child. And then they had kids, and now they had kids, and now we got the generations that we got now, where you got no respect,
and no ethics. Mm-hmm. I, me, mine.
But it was slowly done over decades, is what I'm saying. We can't ignore systematic racism with the collapse of the black family. Right. Now, yes, some of the stuff is internal that we could have worked on, or if we seen it coming, we could have, put our heads together and prevented it. But some of the stuff was mandated. Right. That they didn't, because like you said, we're stronger in numbers. If we had the family unit like we used to have, grandmom and everybody pitching in, you knew who your great grandmother was, you knew who your nanny was, and if mommy had to go to work, grandma was watching you.
Right. You know what? The American Negro, that's what we all had went through that phase. When we got to that point, when we were one, Martin Luther King gave us the title, the American Negro, which is what we are. Mm-hmm. We're a bastard race since he created races. Mm-hmm. Okay, we're not African American. We're American Negro. Mm-hmm. To say you're an African American, you negate all the rest of the motherfuckers that fucked our ancestors. All the Europeans had their way with the slaves. All those white people that owned slaves had their way with them. So if you say you're African American, that means you're only African and American. We were property, but we were the first Americans.
Yeah.
And let's keep it real. We were a bastard race. We had no father. We had master who fucked our mothers.
Right.
And created the first Americans. We were ignorant. We were property, but we were the first Americans.
Facts.
That's what we are. And for 400 years, we've been denied that honor. You're a slave. You this. I'm a Geechee. I'm a nigger. I'm American Negro. I'm part Apache. I'm part this. I'm part that. No, nigga. You are the original American. Created on this continent. Which makes you sovereign.
They can't tell
They
you
denied
to
that
go back.
information and then knowledge from us for over 400 years. And the intelligent niggas, the intelligent Negroes, they refuse to disseminate that information.
Oh, they
We
do.
are.
They do.
We ain't African Americans. We are the only Americans on this continent because we were created here.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
We got Spanish, you got European, you got French, Irish, all kind of white shit in it. You do your DNA, it's going to say, well, you got this from Africa, but you got this, you got that, you got this, that, and the other. So how does that make you a fucking African American? It makes you an American. The bastard race that was created on this continent to make white people happy. You hate to say that. I've been getting cussed at, dogged at. Oh, you motherfucker, you can't say that. But that's the reality. We're a bastard race. We're the only Americans on this continent. And we were created for white people to make him happy, to do his bidding, to create everything that you see on this fucking continent. We made Washington, D.C.
Sure did.
A black man drew out the diagram for that.
Sure did.
Do you get that credit?
No.
Oh, so we are where we are at this point in 2025 because we were created to do this. And until we wake the fuck up, we're going to continue to be this. We're going to continue to beg to be equal. Fuck, I need to be equal. I'm the only fucking American in here.
Right.
I made everything that makes you happy, motherfucker.
Yeah.
But I have to sit back and wait because we ain't one. We ain't one. We don't even know who the fuck we are. I'm an African American. What your brother say? I'm a nigger. Oh, I'm a nigger. I'm a nigger. I'm black. I'm African American. I'm Apache. I'm Native American. I'm Geechee. I'm Creole. The fuck is that? An Irish motherfucker tell I'm Irish. I'm Irish. Korean. I'm Korean. I'm Korean American. I'm Irish. I'm Italian. I'm Sicilian. I'm Albanian. And what is a nigga? I'm everything. I'm all that and none of that.
How about it?
We were created here. And until we wake up, we're going to constantly beg master to treat me equal.
Which will never happen.
To treat me equal. I want equal rights. How the fuck we don't have it?
Right.
Why don't we have it? For all the things we've done, all the things we've given, all the wars we died in. For what? Thank you for your service. I hate that. I hate it. Because you motherfuckers don't even know what it means. Who benefited from you dying? Who benefited from your service?
Right.
Nan nigga did. Half you motherfuckers came back and couldn't even get the GI Bill.
How about it? Or a place
But it
to
was,
live.
I hope maybe if I come back whole, I'll get something. Maybe this time they treat me equal. Maybe I got faith. I got hope. Don't get me started. That faith shit. See, that religion is one of the biggest things that keeps us down. They sold you a fucking dream. Oh, I'm gonna kick your ass all your life, but when you die, you'll be happy. You'll have everything you always wanted when you was alive. I had 11 years of Christian indoctrination, and that's the reason why I ain't nothing now, because I woke up. If any of you Christians out there follow your religion, you find out they killed more people than all the wars on this planet under the name of a God that said thou shalt not kill.
Wow.
And what do soldiers do? You pray to God before you go to battle to do what he said you shouldn't do. What kind of shit is that? What kind of hypocrisy is that? And all the major religions do it. If you ain't a Christian, a Muslim, or a Jew, they all do it. And they all say it's one God. It ain't. You got Allah, you got Jehovah, you got Jesus Christ, you got all the gods say thou shalt not kill. And what all these religions doing? All these faiths doing? Murdering. And been doing it forever. 4,000 years people been murdered over a God that says thou shalt not kill.
So
and today, niggas will kill you about that Christian. Oh, and slap the mama. Oh, I'm a Christian. Do you know what that is?
It's to be Christ-like.
You know.
Yes.
You better
That's what
do
it
some
is.
research.
That's what it's supposed to be. Say that. To be Christ.
Instead, if you want to hide the truth, put in the book.
Well, that's some heavy stuff coming from
The angry black.
the angry black man. He didn't steer the ship towards another dock, but I'm gonna take the wheel and bring it on back. Cause we gotta unpack all that stuff he didn't say. Cause that was a lot to
All has
unpack.
something to do with the destruction of the black family. We have so many distractions. In my lifetime, when we were poor and didn't know it, we stuck together. Yeah. We looked out for one another. Soon as we start getting a little bit of money, fuck that. I don't give a fuck about them niggas.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Then we became like them.
Mm-hmm.
We were assimilated into their world. Well, I don't give a fuck.
Yep.
But the only thing that you can't assimilate is the racism. Because you don't have the power that they have. You make money, you live in your own communities, but you ain't got no power. You still just a nigga. Never be equal. What do we want?
They say 5.
What do we want as a people?
Man in the Constitution.
One third.
1/3 of a man in the Constitution. But
as my dad made me look, we became human beings at I think it was the 7th version of the Black Law book.
I already told you, women, black and white, were just a vagina until the ERA came up. If you look it up, which I did, a woman, a girl, or a female didn't exist under the color of law. The only thing that existed was her vagina.
Wow.
Her reproductive organs.
Wow.
That was it. You were not a person. You were the product of reproducing white men. And that's all we cared about. Until the ERA did, and I told you about, until you became a person when the Equal Rights Amendment came for women. Now you became more than a vagina. You had standing as a person under law. Now, I looked at Black's Law, the book, the Bible, for the American laws. And a man is any white male over the age of 21. Ain't no nigga, you ain't had no standing under law. It was written. A man, white male over 21. Female did not exist. The only thing that existed was female genitalia.
The black people of color didn't exist under
You
the
didn't
black
know
law
that.
until the seventh edition of the Black Law book.
So you fight.
So it was 6 other editions where we still didn't exist as a people. The seventh edition is where they included color.
But see, they talk about these editions. You can always, in this country, go back to the first.
Yeah, it's still in the library.
See, all these other editions are amendments on the law. But the first book is the law, is the Bible. So anything after that, oh yeah, well we did that, but we can go back to woman. It's just a vagina. Because that was the original law. All this other shit was to make y'all feel good.
Wow.
They were
Because
Supreme
they got
Court.
a whole lot of frivolous bits of information that really don't mean shit, but it means shit.
Yeah, it
That's
does.
what you were. Until the 70s, you were just a vagina. And that's the only thing that had standing in law.
Thank you. Thank you, Jesus. I was born in the 70s.
And now, women
Or
think-
like the designing factor of the world now. Like
No,
You're
women-
You're a person.
No, not just that. Women
You know what I'm saying?
are leading
White men have never changed.
the
A
family.
man is a white male over 21. That's a man under
And-
the law.
They wanted women to take over the families because, like you said, it's easy to persuade a woman to go, because we're so emotional, as they say. They can persuade us to go either way. With a man in the house, the man was
The lead.
the leader.
It goes down to the Bible. Men, everything has been sexist since man has been able to write. Okay? In the Bible. Oh, man is supposed to be, man was created first. Man is this, man is that. We are. Where'd that come from?
A person's perspective of how they wanted to see the world.
Man has always been afraid of women for over 6,000 years. Man feels as though he has to be dominant. And he created this God to say he made him first, which is supposed to give him the authority over everything. It didn't happen that way. It didn't happen that way. And if you study, I thank God my father used to lock me up in the room, make me read. Sexism. Most people of color never had it.
Right.
Okay. Sexism. I'm a man. I'm supposed to be in charge. Now, when you created this God thing, God said, I'm supposed to be in charge. And nobody ever, when you look at nature, certain species, the male is in charge. But the majority of them, they're not.
Right. Females, birds.
They are not.
Yeah. Spiders.
Man come in, I bust a nut,
She kill 'em.
boom, you got that.
Yeah. Or she
So who
leave.
does
Or he
who
leave.
does the education and the nurturing?
The mother.
Oh, okay. The lion, king of the pride.
Mm-hmm.
But who supports, who nurtures the pride? All the females.
Right. And take care of him.
And when he gets old, what happens?
They get the young guy to
A
take
young guy come in,
him out the
I'm
pasture.
gonna kill you, and all these is mine.
Yeah.
And all I have to do is protect them. But they protect you.
Right.
They're the most vicious.
Yeah.
They're the killers, the
They're the
procurers
The hunters.
of everything. All you do is sit around. All right, well, you can't come over here. You can't fuck my pussy.
Right.
And I can only do this while I'm young and strong. These maintain everything. They feed, they maintain order. All I do is sit around and hope nobody come and try and take it from me.
So
That's
now,
one aspect.
so you saying, cause see, a lot of guys with that, what you just described, a lot of guys feel as though that's what it's supposed to be going on.
Where did they get that from?
They supposed to be in the house and just sit around.
Take care of.
Well, where'd that come from? Not my generation.
No, that's what we're saying. Where did it come from? Why do they feel as though they're supposed to
Y'all
be the
did that.
lion?
And
Y'all did that.
we supposed to be the pride.
The people that sitting there in the pod, y'all did that. Y'all had these men children, and you decided, I'm going to make sure that he has everything he wants. I'm going to feed him. I'm going to clothe him. I'm not going to teach him to be responsible. I'm not going to teach him consequences for his actions. I'm just going to guide him games, the gear, and the wherewithal so he can be all that. And he's none of that because you gave him everything. There's no consequences. All I got to do is ask my mom or another mother.
Yep.
And now the economic thing, well, most women have jobs and niggas don't.
It's easy.
I watched that while I worked in the penitentiary. The welfare work. I'm off welfare. I'm making $35 an hour now. I can do what niggas do. And they flipped it. Women became economically solvent, and the black man became
a nigga,
a bitch. And black women propagated that. I'm making more money. I'm the breadwinner.
Browbeat the shit out that boy.
And we allowed that to happen.
Young boys.
Because we are in a position where we don't need them to employ us. We don't need them to educate us. We don't need them at all. But we've been conditioned so long to depend on them. I liked it when Elon Musk said we need to segregate. It will make niggas step up their game. You can't depend on the white man for shit. That means black people got to educate you. Black people got to employ you. Because now the law says we can't do that. And there's a lot of black people that are in a position for that.
Yeah, it is.
But because the way things are, why would I employ niggas? Why would I do anything for a nigga? I was brought up to hate niggas. That's why we're in the position we are. Because we hate each other. All that. We hate each other. We got 400 years of indoctrination. Hate each other. How many times you hear nigga ain't shit?
Oh,
from a nigga.
Yeah, how about
from a nigga? White people say it, but we say it more than they do.
Yeah.
Women say that in the New York Minute.
And mean it.
Yes. And be mean it.
Is she wrong?
No.
No.
No. She's not wrong. Because majority of, and I heard a brother say this, I would never try to go get a job, or I would never support a black-owned store, is what he said. So I said, why? He said, because niggas always trying to get over. Niggas don't have customer service.
And you know what? He was taught that.
Yeah, but that's
he
what
was taught that.
Yeah.
And because you carry it over and over, you tend to make it, oh, that's true.
He made that
law. That's just like Noah's Ark.
Yep.
I heard it so many times. Noah built an ark to save all these people, and he landed it this and that. But then when you do research, well, that was the last story. That was the last ark story. Okay, Noah. There were many others before that, thousands of years. But you decided, well, we're going to take this one, Noah. That's the one that's real. What about all the other ones?
Right.
That came before the Hebrew version. We and all the rest of the people who were Noah's Ark. That's it. That's the one. That's the only one. That's the true one. But there was one written about 1,000 years before that. Gilgamesh. The Asians have one.
Mhm.
The Indians have one in India that predates Noah. But most niggas ain't gonna look that up
Right.
because the white man said Noah. King James said we are conditioned to accept everything he says, and you don't go no further.
So I want to ask y'all a question.
You believe that?
Yeah.
When they decided, well, not they.
It is they.
When the man disappeared from the home, whether it was because of drugs, the military, massive incarceration, the welfare policy where they said you couldn't be in the home. Those homes didn't just lose a second income. They lost discipline models because
Right.
fathers usually set discipline.
Yeah, they did.
You know, the protection because your man is supposed to protect and provide safety.
Mm-hmm.
And they lost an emotional anchor.
Right.
Because a man thinks logically.
Facts.
And because they think logically, when they are no longer in the home,
there's no logic
you
at
have
home.
no logic to balance out the emotion from the woman.
Right.
Now don't get us wrong, we can think logically, but we think more with emotion than with simple logic.
Right.
So once the man left, basically we were
isolated with our emotions.
Protection, and we were.
Why did he leave?
I just gave y'all some reasons why.
No, did she? I was there. There were many different reasons why he left. The welfare system.
Yeah.
If I'm here, you can't get this assistance.
Right.
Then I got to sneak in and do this. There were jobs like we're gonna go back to the Cosby era with Richard Allen. No, you couldn't have a man when you were living in Richard Allen.
Right.
We were giving you assistance because you were without a man.
Right.
If you have one, your assistance stops. Now, now you have to go back to that time. You had to be upwardly mobile and a hustler to be married and have kids and not go that route.
Right.
Your grandfather did that. Not Carl, but your great grandfather.
Right, John.
He did that.
Right.
You marry your mom. We gonna do this.
Right.
And he did it.
Yeah.
He did it. But it wasn't like that was the norm.
Wow.
It wasn't.
So that was out of the ordinary.
And most of them got caught up.
Right.
And then you had oh God.
Yeah,
see, we had things that to contend with that you don't want to address now. You don't want to accept.
That's what we did. Talk about it. We had to continue.
See, there was a mentality that you weren't supposed to be a father. We all migrated from south. You were a buck. You made property. That's what you were here for. This is what you do. You procreate and make more money for me.
So
if you're not a buck.
So you said
that was those down south, but the people up north didn't have.
Migrated up north.
Yeah.
You hear what he's saying. So let me get this straight. What you're saying in slavery, and so we're gonna go do a historic fact. He said you don't want to talk about. We're gonna talk about it because here we dig deep and we don't care. We rip the band-aid off.
They always want to plant that wholesome slave, like, oh, it was a father and a mother, and he had a sharecropper, and no, that was few.
So you saying that your job as the male was to make more property for master,
and your job as a female was to have babies
for master.
For master.
And
so it's commerce.
So the family unit
was never there. You basically, what he's saying was, you wasn't taught how to be a father.
You weren't.
You were taught to make property. And then when you made enough property for this said.
Then you couldn't do it
Plantation.
anymore.
I'm gonna sell you off to the next guy and let you make them property over there.
If you can still, or you
You
can do
know
it no
what?
more.
They
was
just did a
separating
thing about
families
this
since
on
slavery.
what's that?
Wow.
One of these channels where they talking about the black women down south. How come you look at down south where women had 12 and 15 kids because they were baby factories. This was your job. You make these babies. So I have more workers, more property. We weren't. It's just hard. And see, we have this this bullshit information that we were this and that. Do the research and find out what it really was like. Yeah, you had some sharecroppers, you had some slave owners with decent human beings, but most of them weren't.
Right.
Black women were made to make babies, to make more property, to make more. The more babies you make, the more property I have, the more income I come.
Yep.
You make me richer. Down south, women will have 12, 15 kids. They were baby factories.
And some of them didn't even grow
And
up
they
with
just
their
started
parents.
putting this information out. And you know why they doing it now? Because niggas ain't going to assimilate.
Right.
They don't care about that. It's all about me, mine, now.
Mm-hmm.
Young girls walk around looking like they 20.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then you don't care about your community. You care about how you look.
Right.
So they have been. My man Chris said the white man is diabolical. He had a plan and he implements it. He created people over the last 600 years.
Yeah.
He made the Mexican. He made the American Negro. Everywhere you go. He made the Jamaicans. He made the Virgin Islanders. He made the Caribbean. Everywhere the fuck. He made the Cubans. He created people.
Oh,
once he left Europe.
Mm.
And why his created people do what? They do what the creator gives them.
Well,
And they live in poverty.
The only God on this planet is the white man.
They
And his religion is Christianity.
Well,
everywhere he went, he destroyed.
Yeah.
He decimated. He eliminated the culture of these people, and he replaced it with what? Christianity and a new people. A new people that I created. There were 1,200 tribes or more of indigenous people.
Yeah.
How many can you fucking name?
Right.
About 3 or 4, maybe 5.
And what did he leave?
And he slew them on a reservation.
What did he leave?
Mm-hmm.
He left a bastard race and a fucked up religion.
Yeah. Yeah.
You lived in Arizona. I gang war with them motherfuckers. What's a Mexican?
Mm-hmm.
You speak a language that came from another part of the world.
Right.
You practice a religion that came from another part of the world. Well, how'd that happen? I never. Oh, no, you never. You just accepted your language. You accepted your religion. What was Mexico before the white man came? You don't even fucking know.
Mm.
What was America before the Europeans came? You don't fucking know.
Right. It might not even be called America, right?
And they brag. Movies. The America. We did this. You came over here and you killed motherfuckers with your disease. You poisoned them with your religion.
Fuckery. Yes.
You murdered them and you took over their country. And that's what you did.
And they
all over the fucking world.
Yeah, they welcomed you and you took that and you massacred them.
And if you read the book, if you read history, he came with that fucking book.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. They did say that. He did.
He came with that book.
Mm-hmm.
And anybody that, you don't believe in this book, we murder you. We murder you and we murder everything. And we burn your knowledge. We destroy your history and we replace it with ours.
And what's inside the book contradicts everything that he says. What's inside the book contradicts everything that he says.
they're doing
And they
that
were
in
killed.
there,
Yes.
trying to erase history.
Where the fuck is
Yes.
you going to go?
Yes.
Where you going to go? You got people, you got the American, you got African Americans, you got American Negro, you got GCs or whatever, and they're all. And guess who they gang on with? The largest cult in the world is the Muslims. The second is the Christians.
Okay. Today we learning a lot right here. We getting some good knowledge, and so
You talk about the decline of American culture. All that comes into play. The religion, the education, the lack of education, because you don't want to know the truth. The original American doesn't want to know the truth. On this continent, I don't have to beg you, but shit, it's mine.
Right.
I don't have to be equal to you. You brought me here. All you Irish, Italian, Sicilian, you got a country that when the white people, you need American can go back where the fuck he came from, because it's like 15 people, 15 different shits in him. Where you gonna go back? You gonna split this up 5 ways? Well, I can go to Ireland, I can go to Italy, and this part can go to Africa. That's where we are.
Well, that's not gonna be.
You can't split a person up.
You can't split a person up. You can't do it like that.
Guess who we are? We're Americans.
Right.
Yes, we are Americans. But
relationships, we got fucked up relationships because we try to follow their doctrine. Because we don't know who the fuck we are.
So you're saying one of the reasons why the black family unit is collapsed because we're trying to be westernized.
We're evolving into them.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're giving up our identity. What we were 70 years ago, when I came here, we ain't nothing like that now.
Right.
Nothing like that. 70 years ago, you could knock on your neighbor's door. Yo, can I get a cup of flour?
Right.
Can I get a cup of milk? Can I get 2 eggs?
Well,
you
nowadays,
knock on the nigga's door now and say, yo, can I get a cup? He might shoot you in the fucking face.
Yes.
And nowadays, people don't even knock on doors because they got Instacart and I'm gonna get it off Amazon and Uber Eats.
No, basically what he's saying,
I'm just talking. Everybody don't have that.
Yeah, everybody don't have
Instacart and all that shit. That makes you fucking lazy. And that's another thing that's destroying the black community.
Technology.
You're eating garbage.
Mm-hmm.
You're eating garbage. And you're accepting it. Well, I didn't eat garbage. I ate fresh fruits and vegetables every day until I was a teenager. And then shit started changing. The reason why our parents lived so long is because they ate real shit every day. Every day. Both black women can't even fucking cook.
I'm glad I can.
I can cook.
Yes,
Yeah, well, we ain't talking about you.
But
I'm talking about the majority.
I'm just saying, yeah, some people can't cook.
If you're not going to go the extra mile.
I mean, nowadays, like you said, you look in the communities, you have more fast food places than health.
You don't have them up here.
No, I'm saying in poverty-stricken areas where more black people live, you have more liquor stores, fast food places, delis, check cashing places. Because they want you to take your check, spend it quick by cashing it, and spend all your money in these areas. Now, I live in the suburbs. We have, in a 2-mile radius, 3 different supermarkets. We got an Acme, we got a Giant, we got a ShopRite.
So,
okay.
And see, unbeknownst to most black people in my neighborhood,
you gotta really drive down the road and some more stuff to find a liquor store. It ain't, but in the hood, it's one on every corner.
Yeah, in Philadelphia. There's only 400 something liquor stores in the state of Pennsylvania. The majority of the liquor stores
Or
in the
in-
state
or
are
in-
in
in-
Philadelphia,
Yeah.
Reading, and Allentown.
Yeah. And that's where the,
And
that's
now,
where the niggas
after those three cities, you can count them. There's I think 2/3 of the liquor stores in the state are in Philadelphia.
Mhm.
That go to show you because they're state controlled.
Yeah.
So you can look them up. It's only a certain amount that are allowed.
I said in the 2-mile radius, you can find 3 liquor stores.
Because your community doesn't need that. Okay, you don't see cigarette ads all over the place
No.
up here.
No, you don't.
Every store you go to, you see Newport, all the rest of that stacking all over the walls.
Mhm.
Okay, but and guess who doesn't say anything about it?
We don't.
Guess who doesn't say anything about it?
Us.
We don't.
We don't. We accept. You know why?
Because we've been
we
past
we
conditioned
were
to
conditioned
accept poverty. And this is what comes with poverty.
This is where
You
you
have-
niggas supposed to live.
You supposed to have schools where you got 30 people in there, y'all sharing a book. And you come out here and you got all kinds of stuff. You got robotics,
My
you got
granddaughter got more shit than they. This is the shit they used to have.
Right.
in
music,
public school. But
band, all kinds of acting.
Music, shop, auto mechanic. Grants
Yeah, I know that
had
up
Grants
there.
had an auto mechanic shop.
I know when they had it when I was there.
It's
Yeah,
right
that
there
when I
like
was there
home.
too,
It's a
It's
warehouse.
a
for
warehouse.
boilers
Yeah,
now.
that's exactly what it is.
Okay,
now.
so and guess what? I blame that on the niggas in the neighborhood. All you single mothers running around feeding kids chicken wing. And why ain't you at the board of education? How come you closed down the auto mechanic? My son could good at auto mechanics.
Right.
He good at carpentry. He good at electronics. If you keep them, he can get a job. What they doing? What they doing?
They worrying about
Oh, yeah.
how many likes they got on Instagram.
Well, who gonna come over? I used to watch. See, this is shit your dad used to do. Chinese restaurant. They don't open up early in the morning like they used to.
Yeah.
They used to open up at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
I used to watch all the single mothers with their babies out there waiting for them to open because they had the fried rice and chicken wing special. You get 4 chicken wings and a big thing of fried rice for $2. And all them females was out there waiting for chick to open so they could get the chicken wings back. So they kid they can ride around with they in the stroller with their kid eating fried rice and chicken wings.
Mm-hmm.
This is what we do. But we don't want to acknowledge that. We want to sit there and complain and well, this is what we do. It's what we do. That Chinese restaurant used to clock 25 grand a week off them welfare women and their kids. 25 grand off welfare food stamp. Cause you ain't trying to feed your kid. I did that. I had, I'm just fucked up. I do shit. So I can come back later and say, yeah, this is what the fuck you do. Yeah. $25,000 a week from all you single welfare moms get to the Chinese restaurant because they got 4 chicken wings and a platter of fried rice. And you ain't got to cook for your kid. What? Is that making him healthy?
No, it's not.
See, everybody wants to sit back and talk about shit, but you really don't have no information. I'm talking about what shit I saw. I clocked. I calculated. I watched niggas. And you want to sit there and talk about shit. Niggas get what you deserve because you ain't trying to do shit. You don't want to sit back and wait for you want to wait for master to give you something?
I didn't say that.
Well, that's what they doing.
What we were talking
Black
about.
women are upwardly mobile.
We're talking about the reasons why the family unit has
Ain't no family.
collapsed. And you're telling us giving us all the symptoms of why the family has collapsed.
But there is no more family unit.
Exactly.
They don't even have a family unit.
Okay.
It's about you.
So, okay, what can we do as a community to start rebuilding that community you used to have when you was younger.
Ain't nothing really you can do.
It's not gonna happen.
You got so many
It's
people
not gonna
so
happen.
selfish and so.
We can't never go back. See,
I didn't say go back,
no,
but we can take some of the traditions.
no,
that
you
you-
can't. That's
No,
going
you got
back.
the cancel
You
culture.
can't go
Yeah,
back.
everybody, you got the cancel culture.
I hate to be a pessimist,
That's what we're.
but we have to finish this out to its logical conclusion.
Mm.
History always repeats itself because the new generation, the new people, y'all didn't experience. You might have read about it, you might have heard about it, but you didn't have the experience. So it's just a soundbite. It don't mean shit. You didn't feel what I felt.
Right.
So no matter how much I talk about it, you didn't experience it. So it really don't mean shit.
It doesn't matter. And that's what Lil Wayne was saying.
It really
about
don't make
race.
sense. Hear me out. Until you see with all this bullshit
Mhm.
comes to the conclusion, like every other period in human history, except I do believe that this is going to be the last. Ain't going to be no coming back from this one. See, it's too much technology. It's too much pollution. It's too much craziness. In the history, all the years, the thousands, the eons, they did this and they fucked up. They came back.
Mhm.
They did this, they fucked up, they came back. They did this, they fucked up, they came back. It's not going to be any comeback from this fuck up because we are destroying everything we need to exist. And we believe that it's a lie.
Mm.
We had an opportunity in the past to come back. But this age, this time, that nobody's paying attention to, okay? We have the ability, and we are doing, because of what we're doing to the planet, we are changing the fucking orbit of the planet with the shit we're doing. So we're doing stuff now that we can't reverse. So where we're going now, there's no coming back unless we stop. And we're not stopping. We're not stopping. We are so arrogant, so belligerent, that we're the only motherfucking creatures on the planet that are overpopulated. We're the only creatures on the planet that are destroying the environment that we need to exist. And we continue to do it. So there's no coming back. We are changing the climate. We're changing the orbit of the planet, which is going to affect every living thing on it. And guess what? The devil don't care
at all.
He don't give a fuck. This is truth I'm speaking. This is not bullshit.
I'm not saying you're not speaking
so you
truth.
You better.
What I'm asking is, what are okay, we know on a massive scale, all of these things are happening, and we can't change on a massive
so we're
scale.
Gonna worry about the dynamics.
No, but what can we on a smaller scale, so we can educate the kids that's coming up, so they, you know what I mean? So even though we can't change on a massive scale, we can start educating our children, our children's children, our grandchildren. So therefore, we can still have some sense of community.
I want to give you an
example.
got
one of those?
Wait a minute,
You got that?
I want to give you an example.
What we doing right now?
Right.
I don't have mine.
I want to give you an
that
example.
It's what educates your youth. You ain't got time. Nobody got time to educate. It's too busy doing what you need to do what you need to do to survive. So you can pay the cable bill. You can pay your phone bill. You can eat. You can do Uber. You can Grubhub or whatever the fuck. Travolta. See, that's important now. I don't give a fuck about what's getting ready to come down the pike. Education. You got the greatest thing in the world. You got all the information on the planet in the palm of your hand. All you got, kids got it. So there's no, I don't want to hear that bullshit. That man Common, when Apple came out with that iPhone, you have the opportunity. You have all the information in the world at the palm of your hands. There should be no more debates, no more arguments, no more fights. Google, internet. Is climate change a lie? No, it isn't. Is this going to happen? Yes, it is. Why is it still going down? Nobody gives a fuck.
Facts.
Everybody's selfish. I want mine. I want my dick sucked. I want this. I want that. It's me, mine, I want to feel good now. I want what I want now. I don't give a fuck what comes down the pipe 20 years from now. If my kids can't breathe, oh well, I was breathing. If my kids can't, oh well, I was eating. I'm sorry, you can't. Oh well.
Okay, and
it's
that's
happening.
the mindset that we have to try to change.
How you gonna change it?
You're speaking of all the symptoms.
You got a lot of people,
and you have a lot of symptoms. You have gave us a lot of symptoms, and I'm not saying that they're not true, because they are, and they are evident. But now we got to start having some type of solutions to those systems.
You got this. You got a podcast. What's the Solomon? Got a podcast, and it all depends on what floats your boat. Solomon more popular than you because he talk about bullshit and garbage.
Right.
You talking about family dynamics and changing Earth. I care about that.
Some people do.
Some. But the majority, I want to see what Shalimar the God saying. I want to see what this bitch is talking about. I don't give a fuck about, we all gonna die.
Yes. We have different people that have podcasts that talk about celebrity gossip. They talk about, Trump, and they talk about relationships and reality TV, because that's a way to distract you. Now, here at Elite K's Cozy Escape, I tried to talk about wellness, mental health, and things that really affect the Black community. And the collapse of the Black community, the Black family, is something that really is affecting our community. We have more.
We ain't a community no more.
Well, that's what I'm trying to get.
We just a bunch of African Americans living in the same place.
Okay, we live in the same neighborhood.
A community.
Well, we need to bring back community.
Right.
We need to start educating. Like you said, we need to, tap into what you had when you were younger, when you got people out there helping each other. Build the village back the way it used to be. And it ain't gonna be easy, because like you said, everybody individuals, nobody want to get sued or hurt or jumped or be a meme or on technology because they didn't got beat up by a bunch of kids. But we gotta start building back communities. If you see something wrong,
eliminate the cancel culture.
Then that's
a part of it. I was just watching Felicia Rashad from the Cosby Show. She said on an interview, she said these women are beautiful. You got these young girls out here so beautiful. Why are they not wearing clothes? Why do I have to see your butt cheeks, your vagina, your chest? Just why do I have to see that to recognize that you're an individual or whatever? And they drug her. They drug her. Dr. Umar and a couple of other, Corey Holcomb, a couple of other people spoke for her, because they dragging her on social media for her comment of, why do I got to see you naked?
Social media gives you a climate.
Because sex sells.
That's called cancel culture.
Not just that.
She's a grown woman, a exceptional, educated, a phenomenal actress, has built her platform. You feel what I'm saying? She should be able to say.
Because nowadays women get offended about the truth.
You drag her for
They feel as though I can wear what I want. They in this, I'm sexual Listen,
you mad.
I'm sexually liberated. They don't realize what that looks like. Because you got men who all they do is be on social media looking. When men scroll through social media, they don't be looking for the educated woman talking about something serious. They be looking for the bitch bouncing her ass on the motherfucking counter talking about, I'm gonna show you how to cook. Who cooks in the kitchen naked? No one. But that would be the one to get more likes.
Who said?
TikTok?
I think it was that.
Was she naked on there cooking?
She wasn't there, but she had the almost naked.
But that's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's what she was talking about.
This is the end of part 1, but not the whole story. I want to quickly share with you some resources that can help your mindset and your family out. And there's the service called BEAM, Black Emotional and Mental Health Collective. It doesn't have a hotline, but it has excellent grounding for community resources. If you want the website, search up on Google or Safari, beam.community. Again, beam.community. Therapy for Black Girls. Therapy for Black Girls is a crisis navigation that helps Black girls find the help they need that no one else could ever give them. If you want to visit their website is called therapyforblackgirls.com. Again, therapyforblackgirls.com. There's also an alternative for Black men. If you want to search that website, visit girltherapy.com. Now, this stuff is talking about abuse and a whole lot of it. So, we're going to also provide the crisis text line. You can text HOME to 741-741. Again, 741-741. It is free, confidential, 24/7. And we all know abuse leads to you wanting to commit suicide or leave your life forever. You can call the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. You can call or text 988. Or if you prefer the long version, 1-800-273-TALK, aka 8255. Again, 1-800-273-8255 or TALK. Thank you for watching Alike's Cozy Escape, and part 2 will be released soon. Thank you.